going on, people? Arsenal back again with the player ratings. It's your boy Tops. Arsenal 1, Ipswich 0. And before I get into it, please like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Make the channel grow, people. Make the channel grow. So yeah, let's go into this game. I'll have to warn you guys, this is not going to be the best player ratings just for the simple fact that I don't think we play well at all. We got the 3 points, and I'm seeing Kai Havertz getting the man of the match, but for me, he was not the man of the match. For me, the man of the match was Skelly, but I'll get into that later. But let's start off with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, David Raya. Now, I thought David Raya had a decent game. One mistake there that nearly cost us. It was obviously the start of the second half, a poor pass back to, I think it was Saliba. And the Ipswich player, I can't remember who it was, he had a very good opportunity there to lob him. And that could have been 1-1, and that nearly cost us. So, apart from that, did everything great. But for me, for that mistake alone, in such a tight game, I have to give Raya a 5 out of 10. He kept a clean sheet, but that was a pivotal mistake, which I think it was Ipswich's downfall that they didn't capitalize on it, rather than obviously Arsenal not really capitalizing on it themselves, because obviously Raya made the mistake. So for me, he gets a 5. Gabriel, I thought he was good. Mr. Absolute Sitter going forward, which is not like him. So I'll have to mark him down for that, because that could have really made it a bit more comfortable for Arsenal going into the final minutes of the game. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he was good defensively. And I think if he scored that goal, I probably would have given him a 7. But yeah, I thought he was good defensively, handled obviously that pretty well. No real obviously mistakes or any kind of thing that was a really real danger. So 6 out of 10 for him. Let's go on to Saliba. Saliba, yeah, 6. I'll probably give him a 7 actually. Obviously, I thought he was really, really good as well. Good on the ball in terms of playing some nice over-the-top balls for the likes of Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz at times. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Lewis Skelly, 7 out of 10. My man of the match. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in terms of defensively and going forward. He was the only one trying to make things happen in terms of trying to break the lines, through the lines, and he was beating 2 or 3 players at once with his dribbling ability. I think he's really coming into his own in the team, and it's been a real testament to him and his performances that we've not really talked about how Calafiori didn't play a game. Didn't come on for any kind of minutes this game, and no one really was talking about him. And yeah, I do think he's someone that I think he's going to obviously usher out Zinchenko out of the team and out of Arsenal for good, if I'm being perfectly honest. I do think Zinchenko will probably be moved on, because Lewis Skelly looks like he's a more reliable and more stronger and younger version of Zinchenko, with a bit more of him switched on in terms of being defensive. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for him. My man of the match. Timber, I thought Timber was okay. I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10. He did have that one good dribble, and obviously had that shot that was straight at the keeper. I do think he gave the ball away a little bit too often, and he wasn't overlapping as much as he should have been doing. But I thought he was all right, 6 out of 10. Declan Rice, I thought was actually decent as well. I'll give him a 7. I think off the ball, he was good. He was obviously tracking runners, breaking down like plays and spaces and stuff like that. Obviously had a couple of opportunities at that one shot from the corner that obviously was blocked off the line as well. And I thought he did the job okay. I thought he was good. I give him a 7 out of 10. Who else have we got here? Martin Odegaard. I thought he wasn't one of his better games. Again, I thought he was pretty average, if I'm being honest. He kept giving the ball away. So he only had like a 5 or 10 minute spell in the second half where he was trying to make things happen, and we were creating a few more chances. But yeah, poor from him, man. He's not really been the player that obviously I'm used to seeing after those 3 like games he had. Obviously, when he first came back, I don't think he's really got to terms with playing so many games so frequently. And yeah, I'm expecting more from him, especially like I say before, when Declan Rice goes in that 6th role. It always is up to Martin Odegaard to provide that deep line playmaker role, because obviously that's not Rice's strengths. And that's what Odegaard needs to do to obviously make us tick against a low block. And I don't think he did that enough in the game at all. So I'll probably give him a 5. I thought he was pretty average, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Kai Havertz, again, I thought he was average, man. I know he scored the goal, so I'll give him an extra point. But I don't think he did anything, if I'm being honest, apart from obviously the goal, which ended up winning us the game. So you've got to give him a bit of credit there. But I don't like him in midfield, man. Obviously, he played a little bit better when he went up front, but then he didn't really even go up front. He kind of went to the right-hand side, and then Martinelli and Marino were kind of in that like false 9 position up front, and yeah, I just didn't really like how the setup was, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I'll probably give him a 6 just because he scored the goal. Otherwise, I'll probably give him a 5 as well. For Kai Havertz. Up front, Jesus didn't really do anything, man. Didn't really do anything. Probably give him a 4. Didn't really do anything. Worked hard off the ball. But yeah, I expected a bit more from him, if I'm being honest. But he was starved of service, so that's one thing I would give him. But he didn't do any, like he ran around off the ball. But in terms of on the ball, he didn't really do anything. He did like one nice little back heel in the first half. We had a goal that was offside. He made a couple of decent runs, but to be fair, it wasn't really his fault, I would say, because the team wasn't really working for him. But yeah, it seems a bit harsh to give him 4. I'll give him a 5, actually. Average. Martinelli, I give him a 4. Definitely, he was poor, man. He had like a nice little like flurry in the first 2 or 3 minutes, but then after that, didn't really do too much. Obviously, he won us a corner that I remember, and won us a free kick after being surrounded by 2 or 3 players. But offensively, in terms of having shots at goal and crossing to the box, non-existent really, apart from the first 5 minutes. So not good enough from him. Leandro Trossard put in a very good ball in for Kai Havertz to score the goal, and it was neat and tidy on the ball. And yeah, he created our only chance, really. A little bit of quality in terms of the cross. So I'll probably have to give him a 6. Because yeah, that was the only bit of quality that we had in the entire game. And obviously, without that, we would have drew the game. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for him. On to the subs. I thought Marino did all right when he came on. We actually started to play a bit better, bit of balance. Probably give him a 5 when he came on. Partey didn't have enough time. He was at 5 minutes. I'll probably give him a obviously not available NA for him. And I think that was it. I think we only made 2 substitutions. Kind of feel he didn't come on. Zinchenko didn't come on. When he didn't come on. So yeah. Obviously that puts us 6 points behind Liverpool. With obviously them having a game in hand. So yeah, we just need to keep winning, man. Obviously we're second at the minute. And so we're a lot of points behind, but we just have to go on a decent run now. Obviously that drop points against Everton, man. We just needed to win that 1-0, and we would have been 4 points behind them now, with a game in hand, which obviously it still would have been 7, but at least it's not as bad as 6 and 9. So yeah, it means we're gonna have to hope Liverpool drop a lot of points, man, to even just be next to them again. And for me, we this game really showed how badly we are missing Bukayo Saka, because without him, boy, it is getting scary, because we just look very average going forward, man. Very average, man. Yeah, he's the only real bit of stardust we have, man. I can't lie. Someone that can do something out of nothing. Without him, it's looking very, 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 very worrying. So yeah, we definitely have to address that in the summer window. But yeah, that's been my obviously player ratings. Let me know in the comments what you think about the player ratings, who you think should be where in terms of what their rating should be. But yeah, that's me out. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And until then, I'm out.